Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. $100,000 target. Everybody's waiting for it. Is it possible in the next couple of months? It is very possible. In this video, I'm going to break that down. I'm also going to discuss altcoins. Altcoins going crazy lately, but why I think this is just the very beginning of altcoin season. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the video. I'm laughing a little bit at the intro because I've done that intro like a million times. I just can't get it. And I don't edit my videos. So it's like if I don't get the intro, it's game over. I got it though. So let's do the video. Bitcoin zoomed out on the weekly chart. This is what we're looking at. I'm gonna visualize what the move to $100,000 in the next couple of months looks like. We're gonna break down altcoin season. Let's do it. This is Bitcoin zoomed out. 322 days post 2020 halving. So similar to the middle of the last bull cycle back here, in that May to July area, 322 days past 2016 halving in the middle of this bull market. A lot of parabolic gains to follow. So we have targets in the $100,000 vicinity. And so what I first want to do before we talk about the targets is I just want to chart speculatively, very speculatively, by the way, the rest of this bull market, but truly the possibilities. So let's take it from this last consolidation area to bull market high of 2017 into 2018. And actually, let me redo that. So let's take that swing low to swing high. We're going to pull it over. We're going to pull the data over. Now, since we're taking previous cycle, right, we want to slow down the velocity of Bitcoin because it truly does just slow down every cycle. So we're going to slow it down and we're going to pull this data down into where Bitcoin is right now. And this is the speculative setup. Now, this isn't exact, everybody. We could stretch this out to make it longer. We can do many different things with this data, but there are chart patterns and data that suggests Bitcoin can very well follow a very similar setup, meaning a move to $100,000 vicinity, back down to the 70,000s, continuation to the end of the bull market cycle. Now, what is the setup for this to even be possible? First off, I want to go to a daily chart. Number one, here's a rising wedge, higher highs, higher lows, rising wedge on the daily. It's a pretty large pattern setting up right now. Bitcoin's been in an upward consolidation pattern. Right now, we do have to get extension from the lower trend line. If Bitcoin's going to dip in the short term, we do have to see support, at a short-term Fibonacci support, which would be a swing low back here to swing high, back down probably to the $57,000 support area. We'd have to track that on the very short term. But assuming Bitcoin bulls step in, we get an explosive move to the upside. This pattern that you see here has a target of $95,000. So that's number one. Now, zooming out on the daily chart, there's another $95,000 target that we have not forgotten, and that is this. This is a huge symmetrical triangle going back to the last bull market high, all the way to where we got the breakout out of the apex area in July of 2020. We got the throwback to the trend line and exploded into the bull market. The target for that symmetrical triangle also around $95,000. So we've really made our way up to that area since the breakout around $10,000, trading at around $60,000 right now. We're almost to the target of $95,000, but there are two technical patterns on the screen that suggest Bitcoin very well could be making a move in the next couple of months to $95,000 to $100,000 area. And you could just see, even on the speculative screen, this swing high here goes to around end of May, maybe beginning of June. So we're looking at around a couple of months. So this is very possible. Now, you have to really be careful out there, everybody. Don't take what I'm saying and be like, dude, Dan said Bitcoin's going to $100,000 in 2 months. I'm ready for it. Trust me, I'm so ready for it. I think it's extremely possible. I don't want to use the word, it's hard to use the word likely, but it's all really coming together very nicely, especially with what altcoins have been doing. And what does that look like? What does altcoin season look like kind of in this speculative scenario that we've charted? We know altcoins have been going crazy lately. And a lot of people are just kind of like, we're in altcoin season. And I just want to remind you, altcoin season has its areas of beginning and then consolidation, and then just explosive finish. And a good illustration is the last bull market, Ethereum. Explosive move, $10 all the way to 300 some dollars. And then there was consolidation all up in here, right? And this is kind of this June to August, September, October, November area before that final explosive move. And all altcoins kind of operated differently. Here's Litecoin having an explosive move in the beginning of that last bull market, sideways consolidation, and then another explosive move. Now notice Litecoin now, kind of the beginning of its explosive move most recently. We're in it now. There's probably still more upside. And then maybe a period of consolidation and then another explosive move towards the end of the bull market. What's most interesting with all of these things is if you look at where Bitcoin is speculatively, remember this July area that we looked at on the weekly chart. So let me just zoom out to remind you of this area. We're saying we're very much in this area right here, speculatively compared to right here. What was Bitcoin doing on the dominance chart at that time? Bitcoin was falling on the dominance chart. However, it wasn't necessarily alt season, even though altcoins were performing well against Bitcoin. And something similar is transpiring here. Bitcoin dominance falling, but it's not necessarily the hype area of alt season. Remember, this right here, when Bitcoin had its final capitulation on dominance charts, that was truly where people started talking about altcoin season. So we might have this thing that happens with Bitcoin where Bitcoin actually makes its move, maybe even in the shorter term on the macro, to the $100,000 region. And when that's happening, it's getting pulled back into this 50-week moving average before altcoin season truly takes off. So it would be a similar move to what happened here. We're in this time of the last bull market, right around that July area. Bitcoin takes off, 50-week moving average, and then alt season towards the end. Now, keep in mind, even when Bitcoin dominance was going up here, altcoins were also still performing, right? So it doesn't mean just because Bitcoin dominance is rising that altcoins are just all going to be tanking or something. It just means Bitcoin's outperforming. So that is why I think that, considering where we are in this bull market, first of all, comparatively to back here, I think we're right in the middle of it. We've had such an explosion of velocity, not even getting pulled into this 20-week moving average. We keep talking about that, but it's just that demand factor, the supply shock factor that's happening right now with Bitcoin. And if that continues, the story of that continues, and we look at a daily chart, the upside explosive potential, even in the next couple of months, is just there, right? So meaning May, towards the end of May, June area, right around here, very much Bitcoin could reach out of this ascending rising wedge, right? So that might take some time to play out to get to $95,000 with a lot of volatility. Maybe we break up, maybe we come back down and we're testing 70 after we've just hit 80 or something. We don't know what that's going to look like. That's like 100% speculative. But this is the case. The targets are there. The patterns are set up for $95,000 area, $100,000 top area, swing high area. I think would just be 100% in play. And if we do hit a target, right? Coming back down and testing even the apex area, apex trend line in the 70,000s just makes a lot of sense. And you can see a potential dip off of $100,000 right here. That's a very large dip for Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in terms of data, what I'm prepared for in an extremely bullish environment in the next couple of months if Bitcoin takes off. And there's a lot of things to fuel this bullish fire. You might have seen the reports for Walmart. Walmart could be stacking Bitcoin. Here's what it means for crypto community. The one thing I highlighted, if this comes out in their report in May, if giants like Walmart join the game, it could be a potential game changer for the crypto community. What it could do for Bitcoin in terms of price alone and technical targets being hit and altcoins exploding, what Walmart news like that could do is just crazy. I mean, we've seen the Tesla effect. We've seen the Michael Saylor effect and others. And so Walmart getting on board could just be an absolute game changer, as this article mentions. There's really no other way to put it. So again, everybody, this is a speculative video, but it's a realistic video. I'm not trying to overhype anything. I did a video about the downside, I think last week, what a downside move for Bitcoin would look like. And here's a video for you about what an upward move for Bitcoin would look like uh, in the continuation of this bull market. The next stop, potentially in a couple months, $100,000 area. It's there. And altcoins just getting heated up. So let me know your thoughts if you agree, if you disagree. It's cool. I really would be curious to know. If you're here and not a subscriber, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day and God bless.